hour. Round number 1.
And the big question here, Mo, and I think we all want to see, is if Tank Davis is going to start fast?
We know the answer.
I know.
Well, if you want to look for some areas Roach thinks he has advantage, one thing he said is fighting on the inside. His quote was, "We're going to see if Tank is really an inside guy in this fight."
Been well chronicled. First 3-4 rounds. Davis downloads that data like an AI-generated knockout artist. And for Roach, it's going to be up to him to, does he elect to take the fight to Davis? Does he wait for Davis to come to him?
One thing you can say about Roach, he has never looked in better shape coming in. Looks big, looks strong.
Yep.
Confident,
And we talked about it, Brian Custer, all of us saying, you know, for most opponents, it's like that Mike Tyson effect. You walk to the ring, dead man walking. For Roach, though, familiarity. They've sparred a lot. Yes, they faced each other in the amateurs. And Roach is a champion. He holds a title. He may not have been on this stage before, but he knows what it takes to be a champion. And tonight he wants to make history.
Well, when you come back from defeat like he did in his first title bout against Jamel Herring, which he said created this persona of the Reaper, and you come back and put together the run that he has, that is a champion in form right there. Let's see, though. Familiarity has Roach, but too much confidence against Tank is a recipe for disaster.
Knowing Tank Davis, I doubt he listened to Blue Oyster Cult's "Don't Fear the Reaper," but that's the sentiment that I'm sure he has going into this fight. 1:15 left here in the opening round, and yes, a cautious start.
IQ right now from Roach. We know he's really smart, taking in data right now, trying to read Tank Davis and not trying to let Davis read him.
Might not be surprised that with 2 minutes gone, Davis has yet to land a punch.
Well, this is Roach kind of forcing Davis to take the lead, which is an interesting strategy.
That's what we're talking about. But there's that tension. You need to cut it with a chainsaw with a Tank Davis fight. It says the one on his trunks, and yeah, he is the one to sell out arenas coast to coast.
He's also the one to add interesting tattoos, creative designs. How about the red letters "Pain" on the top of his forehead?
Post Malone is jealous.
I like what Roach is doing right now, and I know most of the opponents that David has faced the first 3-4 rounds are always, they're pressuring, they're winning the rounds, and right now Roach putting that pressure, being smart with the pressure.
Well, if you're Roach, you can't be afraid if the crowd boos. That might mean that you are controlling the terms of this fight.
Well, he's been compared to Mike Tyson. Might as well get those face tattoos as well. And there we go. 1 of 12 for Davis, 3 of 17 for Roach.
No, I don't need that whole that one right there. That one right there. One more, man. All right. Give it, sir. Okay? You got it? That's right. Head off the line. Don't find yourself just standing in front of him like I did with the headlights. All right? Head side to side. Make sure you pop that jab. Toe to toe. If you're not working, get the fuck out of there. All right? Keep him in a circle. Okay? How you feel? Good. Deep breath again. Take it out one more time. Touch something. Just touch something. Just move around here. Okay. Head off the line. There. All right?
New voice in the corner for Gervonta Davis, that being Barry Hunter. Calvin Ford still part of the camp. Meanwhile, in Roach's corner, his dad telling him to feint, telling him to try to lure Davis into a counter opportunity. Of course, Davis knows all about making counters count.
Well, this does align with what Roach was saying regarding his strategy. He wanted to really make Tank think. He thinks that could be the difference in his performance, obviously, compared to the others Tanks have had. So many of those fights ending by knockout, by the way.
Here's a rarity in round 1. All punches were landed to the body, albeit there were 3 for Roach, 1 for Davis, but still, all body shots.
Yeah, we talked about the reach and making Tank Davis think. And there's those feints that Roach is using right now. Try to make a mistake and make him pay. But again, I'm liking how Roach is walking Tank Davis back.
Brian, you and I talked about just this scenario. What happens when no one leads the dance? Already it's mattering.
Obviously, this fight can turn at any point.
Yeah.
You do wonder if you're Tank, do you want to land something big to set a certain tone and precedent?
Well, he's not known to be that guy in the early rounds, but obviously, yes, his power is just that.
And yet it's interesting. Before every Tank fight, I always go back, watch tape. And in those early days, my goodness, was he a beast in those first rounds. But it's low output, high accuracy, maximum damage.
How about those shoes on Tank, by the way? You can put on your makeup in the reflection of that more.
Both of them are styling and profiling with their ring fits here tonight. First championship glory. Up for grabs. Roach given special permission to move 5 pounds up for this huge opportunity. Double jab. There's a jab by Davis. Southpaw against orthodox. Roach in the center of the ring. Again, very cautious. He's building the tension. And, you know, we've said it many times. You watch a Tank Davis fight, it's like sitting on the edge of your seat during a blockbuster thriller. You know that a twist is coming, but the suspense is half the fun.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when, really. But again, Roach, I mean, smart round. He's not throwing a lot, but being cautious, being smart. He knows he cannot make mistakes against Tank.
And you look at this lightweight division, of course, a new star on the rise. Another Davis added to the championship mix with Keyshawn Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko.
How about the talent?
So much talent, and, you know, there's hope that they will start to mix it up. There was talk that Davis would face Vasily Lomachenko before Lomachenko pulled out and then had the back injury. But here we are in Brooklyn for this championship fight. And
don't get greedy when you're in the road.
Don't get greedy.